Anyways, how was everyone's vacation, spring break? It was whatever? You didn't do anything? Can't let everyone know. Albert? Good? Andrea? Bryce, welcome. Did you do anything exciting for your spring break? No? Gianna?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to let us know?
Oh, I had a good spring break, I guess.
Okay. So no one did anything exciting?
I sat early for the entire week.
Did you leave your room at
Barely.
Barely. I went to Big Bear. Have you guys ever been up there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else? I went to this area called like the village. They have like a bunch of cool restaurants.
Oh, is it like
Arrowhead? Maybe. Yeah. But it's so green. They have so many trees. It's so nice. We're gonna go over quickly some basic concepts from the last unit because we did have a week off. So it's just gonna be. It's not graded. I just want to see how well you guys can remember what we learned in the last unit. So that's why I gave you the piece of paper that you guys have. I'm gonna write 7 questions on here and just try to do your best to answer each one, okay? So the first one, again, is proportion. 7 over 14 equals x over 28. Solve for x. And then like show one step that you did to solve for x. Whether you just use a step. That's all I want you to remember. Okay? Anyone solve for x, Andrea? 14, and how did you get to 14? Divide 28 by 14, that would have given you 2.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you multiply it.
So remember, if 14 goes into 28 perfectly, we multiply times 2, and then we multiply the numerator times 2, which gives us 14. What is the other method you could have used, Gianna? Or Albert? Anyone want to jump in? What was the other method that you could have used to solve for x?
I used that one that you said.
Okay, but what's the other method, Bryce? Remember I told you guys, Deshaun?
I was going to try to
Cross, multiply, and divide. That's the other way you could have done it. Okay, so if I gave you, this is not part of the concept, 3 over 5 equals x over, I'm trying to think of a number, let's just say 8. It's not going to be perfect, but here, does 5 go into 8 perfectly? So you would cross multiply and then divide that number by 5. Okay? You guys remember this? Cross multiply and divide. So did everyone get 14, I hope? Did anyone not get 14? Did you guys get 14?
No. I got it. 14
Okay, so this is more of a word problem, okay, that you could use in the real world, okay? Okay, just in case you're given with a scenario where somebody says to you, okay, if 1 feet equals 12 inches, then how many feet would equal 36 inches? If I just said it to you, if 1 feet equals 12 inches, how many feet would equal 36 inches? Don't say the number out loud. I want you to write a fraction or proportion that would help you solve this problem. Okay? So once again, 1 feet equals 12 inches, how many feet would equal 36 inches? Let's go. You guys writing two fractions. Once again, if 1 feet equals 12 inches, how many feet would equal 36 inches? This is different than me just giving you a problem solved for X because it's a word problem, right? So does anyone want to volunteer to show me how they would write their two fractions? Bryce?
I got it.
Okay, but how did you get that?
I put 1 over 12.
One. Okay, so let's just do 1 feet over 12 inches equals, we don't know how many feet because I asked you, right? How many feet? So that's going to be our X. 30 equals 36 inches. Okay? So, does 12 go into 36 perfectly?
Yeah.
3 times, right?
Yeah.
That's what we did. So once again, this is where you have to know proportions. How many of you guys want to go into the work field in the next couple years? Work for, want to work, get a job. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. At where? Really? Where's
You
that?
said something about getting jobs, so I was like, I'm probably need something.
That's pretty cool. Like a summer job or part-time?
Yeah.
Where's the job at? I mean, where, like, what city?
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, what is, when you guys all get jobs and they say, oh, we're going to pay you, I don't know, $10 an hour, and you work 10 hours, example, how much do you think you're going to go home with? If you make $10 an hour and you work for 10 hours, how much money do you think you're going to go home with? Everyone, huh? Okay, but do you guys forget one key factor called income tax? Income tax. So if you're setting up your, I don't know, if you're setting up your summer and you're like, well, I'm going to make $100 a day and I'm going to work 30 days in the month, or say 20 days in a month, I'm going to make X amount of dollars. You have to remember to factor in taxes. Okay? So that, again, hypothetically, this is a low number, but let's just say that days where you're going to be taking away 10% of your income tax. 10%. So how much money are you left with now after working 10 hours? Huh? 90. Okay? So if you, again, $10 an hour. Uh, 10 hours a day. Make 100. However, you're going to be taxed. This is just, I'm just using a round number to make it perfectly for us, but it's probably gonna be more. What number would I use to represent 10% in decimal? We learned this in Unit 1 and 2. 0.1? Yeah. Or I was going to put 0.10 so it's easy to remember, but 0.1 is the same. Okay, so now what is 100 times 10%, like you said before? Well, 10% of 100 is 10, but you're left with 90, right? So at the end of the day, you are left with $90. Okay, these are basic math concepts, Deshaun, that when you do enter the workforce as an adult, you better factor in income tax.
What if you work and like you can't, don't you have to be 18?
You could be 16 working.
And get taxes then?
You can't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, like if you're 16 years old working a seasonal job at Best Buy,
Oh, yeah, then yeah.
or anywhere, it doesn't matter, you're still gonna get taxed.
No, not for construction.
Okay. Depends, if you work for a company, you will. If you're working under the table, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, I'm gonna take in cash up front.
But I'm just saying that you should be taking these math concepts with you into the real world, especially percentages and fractions. Because trust me, when you're looking at your paycheck and you're like, I thought I was gonna make $500. Why am I only keeping $350?
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna be like,
I think that makes sense.
well, let's just do some quick math. Normally, it's about 20 to 30% depending on your job. So for every $100 you make, they could be taking $30.
Oh, no.
So if you make 500, how much are they taking away? Another proportion problem. You got it. 150, right? Right? If for every $100 you make, they take 30. If you're saying, oh, okay, I should be making 500, not including taxes, they're going to take away 150. So you're left with 350. So if you start buying stuff thinking, oh, I'm going to just pay it back, well, you better know how much you're getting taxed every time that you get a paycheck. Okay?